Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon show. Dan, we're heading up to Boston. Look at what I
got. Jameson and shout out.
I figure, hey, why not, man? Gonna be an exciting week. First week of the FedEx Cup playoffs. A few people didn't make it to this one, but I think most of the mainstays did. So looking forward to peeling this one back, man.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday, and we're talking about the leaderboard or whatnot, and Zach Johnson came through, was able to make the playoffs. Lowry did make it as well, so yep. So we weren't sure at the time because the points hadn't updated or whatnot, and yeah. But hey, you know what? Some guys made their cuts, and they're able to come through. Now, let me ask you this real quick before we get into any of this. That I can talk about your favorite topic of all time.
Ooh, okay. I wonder if we were going to get to talk about him or not.
So, there's a couple of your favorite topics. But let's talk about BK real quick. If he doesn't make the cut this weekend, I mean, that's going to be the last you're going to see of him for a while. Are you going to be sad?
Thank God. Thank God. No, because he's going to be running his mouth on Twitter
you think so?
Somewhere. I mean, do you think he can keep that trap shut? Of course we're going to see more of him. Maybe he's trying to get out. He's trying to get back to Florida, work, get his spot for spring training next year.
I heard that. He could record some commercials, get some Rickie Fowler stuff going.
He's got to get that hair trimmed up so they'll invite him back for a commercial shoot.
Oh man, no, all good. Hey, I hope he does well. I hope he makes the whole thing. I want to see him come into Eastlake and play. I know he wants to win it, and yeah. So hey, I'll tell you one guy I got my eye on, and the Irishman. He plays well up in Boston, and he loves Eastlake. So
yeah, that's true.
Roars may come roaring back, man. If you look at something real quick, when we went away for the break, the COVID break, you and I were talking, and we said, hey, who's going to come out of this thing hot? Who's going to come out not hot? And Rory and Sanjay are the two guys that have cooled the most, right?
Yeah.
Look at who's picked up steam. I want to get into one in my picks later on. If you look who's picked up steam, is pretty interesting because it's not exactly who you thought was going to pick up steam.
Oh, no way, man. I mean, we should have took odds of who's coming out hot, who's going to win tournaments. I mean, that would have been, I guess you could have bet on that. But if we would have just said, who is going to excel with the break and who's going to decline, yeah, I don't think we would have gotten anywhere close to some of them maybe, but for the most part, I mean, I think it was a miss all the way around. So
let me tease you with this. So one of my picks is a guy, and this is a guy that I'm going to play on my primary lineups. Last couple events, 4th, 6th, 4th, and 7th. And it's like, this guy was not even alive going into the break. Like he was completely just not able to play.
I think I'm playing him also. I think I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think we're gonna. I think I'm playing him also. So it'll be interesting to see if. God, I hope I don't have too many people that you're putting in your lineup.
His last name ends with one of the events he played.
Okay, I do not have him, but I didn't look at. Well, I've got him in a lineup. I just don't have him in the primary that we're talking about. But I do have him in. I've got him in my dud lineup. I went through and picked some stinkers that I'm like, they're kind of on a hot streak, but they're injury prone, let's just say, and they could show up lame at the tournament. That's if it's who I'm thinking about. So
I will also, yes, they are. I will also, but if you look at those numbers, man. But I will also say, several weeks ago, I told you I think it was the PGA. I picked only people except for one that were major winners. And I have completely flipped that script. I'm not saying I have nobody that has any victories in terms of majors, but I'm saying I picked a ton of guys that do not. Because as you and I have been talking, it seems without these crowds, that it's anybody's ball game. These leaderboards are stacked, and the young guys are doing really well. And it could be because they don't have the crowd there or whatnot, but holy cow, I've completely gone reverse on that. I'm picking a ton of people that haven't won nothing. So.
Yeah. Well, and just to be fair, I mean, now that you're using Fantasy National to pick for your picks, I mean, it's gotten better. I mean, at least you've gone from nobody made the cut to you're over 50%. So,
no, I had 3 or 4 last week. I had 3 or 4 I made money on last week. So
I made money too. Oddly enough, the one that I won the most money on. So I had, I think most of mine, 90% of my picks of my lineups had all 6 players making it. I had one that didn't. I had 5 of 6, and that's the one I won the most money on. So, and I didn't pick Herman. So hey, here's what I want to know is who had Herman in their lineup last week, and I want to know how in the hell you got that one, because I don't know. We should go back and look and see what his own percentage was, because I'm thinking like less than single digits.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I had in my primary lineup that we did on the pod, one guy not make the cut, and that was Pat Perez, who withdrew with the foot injury. Apparently blew out a Jordan.
So the key takeaway there is Jordans are for basketball. They're not for golf.
Exactly.
You know what he hurt? He hurt his mouth in that little charity event that he does run it. Did you see the other guys like the whole time they were like look like who the hell is this guy, and what's he? What he has not shut up yet. Why does he keep talking? It's like I wish that flap hanging out off his chin would get caught in his teeth.
Oh man! Oh, good old Pat. He's a good guy. We like Pat.
No.
Good guy. All right, so we got planned for today. You're gonna take us through a course breakdown, and then
let's chat about it a little. So the 2020 Northern Trust, we're heading to TPC Boston. This was not played there last year. It was played there in 2018. They moved it. It is back moved it in 2019, moved it back for 2020. So just over 7,300 yards. It's a par 71. Bent grass greens. Past winners. So last year's winner, not at TPC Boston, was Patrick Reed. But then at TPC Boston, you got Bryson DeChambeau, JT, Rory, Rickie Fowler. Ooh, I bet that's who's in your lineup. Chris Kirk, Henrik Stenson. And I don't think Stenson's playing in this. I didn't see his name at least. Might have overlooked it. Rory McIlroy again. Hey, this guy is on a hot streak. I'm riding this horse, Webb Simpson. And in 2010, you got Charlie Hoffman. So something that's interesting, and I don't know if it's going to show, if we'll see the same tail this weekend, but out of those, so 18 back to 2010, only two of those winning scores are above. Well, Rory shot 20 under. You got Stenson at 22 under and Charlie Hoffman at 22 under. Everybody else is kind of in the mid to high teens. So, what does that say? I mean, maybe a little bit more of a difficult course. I mean, I think we're definitely going to wind up. I think it is going to favor the Bombers. I think it's, kind of rear back and let it go. Fairways are a premium. So if they're, long and fairways, I mean, but, you say that and then it's kind of like, well, wait a minute, isn't that any golf course? I mean, if I hit it longer than everybody else and straighter than everybody else, didn't my chances just improve to win? I mean, I think so. I don't know. Call me crazy, but that's kind of where I'm going. We got only 3 par 5s on the course. One of them tips out at 600. The other 2, we got number 2 at 542 and number 12. Number 18 at 530. With the longest par 4 on there is coming in at 510. So, generally speaking, I think everybody's it's going to favor the Bombers. I don't think you have to be a Bomber necessarily to score there. But it's, the other thing that we got to look at, one of my Scott's, I'm sorry, one of my picks, it's going to be tee to green, right? I mean, that strokes gain tee to green is kind of where you're going to go. We're back to bent grass green, so they're not going to putt nearly as tough as the Bermuda that they've been putting on, over the past several weeks. So It's somebody that's not a great putter. If they can get hot, they could have they could have a field day here. And some of the other guys that where they're really great putters and they're getting ahead of people. I don't know that they're going to have that advantage here. So again, the top 5 finishers. Let's see, for the past 10 years or so, strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained around the green. So then that's kind of where I went with Fantasy National on this is, who can hit it long enough, and if they miss the green, who's playing really well around the green. So that's kind of what I anchored on. So and most of the shots, the approach shots, they're going to be outside of 175 yards. So again, if you are working with Fantasy National, I mean that's something to you may want to click that button, right? I think it's the 175 to 200 is a category there. So that's definitely a good one to look at. So. But yeah, the fairways, I think they're, above 50%, actually above 60% as far as, percentage of fairways hit. So relatively easy to get the fairways. And let's see, what do we got here for strokes gained total? The past 5 tournaments, you got your boy, Rickie Fowler. And these are the guys that are leading in strokes gained total. So Rickie Fowler, Rory McIlroy, no kidding. I mean, he's a 2-time winner. Paul Casey, oddly enough. I shouldn't say oddly enough. I mean, again, Paul's been playing well. It's just, Paul's kind of like, hey, if I can post a good score, I don't really care if I win. I just want to have a good day on the course. And then to close that out, Gary Woodland and Patrick Reed. And, he's had a couple of off days at the tournament. I wouldn't say he's really had any off tournaments since the comeback. So looking, I'm looking for something exciting from Patrick here.
So course architect here at TPC Boston, Arnold Palmer, 2002.
Yeah, and then I think Gil Hans redid it a few years, just a few years ago. Yeah,
2006. Yeah,
I guess more than a few years ago.
Well, and then there was more work done too in 2006 to 2017, like you said. Average green size, 5,200 square feet. Average tee size, 12,000 square feet. Acres of fairway, 28. Acres of rough, 45. Number of sand bunkers, 62. Water hazards, 5. How many holes will have water in play? 2. Soil conditions, firm. Does
that mean you scratch DJ?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, listen. An interesting note though on DJ. So he's the only player in the field. He's got top 20 finishes in his past 3 starts. It's the only player.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he can avoid the water in Boston, I guess.
There you go. Properties attached to acres of open space and is teeming with wildlife such as turkey, red-tailed hawk. I got some of those around my house. Fisher cat, mink, weasel, and otter, deer. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's cool. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a really fun time. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it should be good, man. I'm excited to see the playoffs. We got 3 tournaments. So it's what are we taking the top 90 after this one? I believe. Is that right?
It's a good. Let me bring that up. But yeah, I think it's less than that. But it's last cut of the year for sure, right?
It is the last cut. So hey, the good news is after this, all your players will make it to the weekend. So there's something positive to look forward to.
Hey, Brooks, you only got to make one more cut, buddy. One more cut.
What are you looking at that? It's going to be interesting to see. God, please, hey, I'm praying. Please. I want Brooks Koepka, I want DJ, and I want DeChambeau. Send them off first friggin' thing in the morning. That way they're cranky. Give them that 7:10 tee time, man. 7:10 tee time, and let the show begin. That way you're not panning that friggin' camera around. Just keep it, mic them up, and let them go.
Exactly. No, it's. I don't know if we're ever going to see that pairing, unless it's some kind of charity event in December, But
yeah, that's called a wrestling match, not golf pairing. Okay.
Well, I think we got so you got some guys that could really draw now. You got Brooks and Bryson. You could throw Rory in there, Dustin Johnson in there, and then you got Phil and you got Valdo. All these guys they're all game.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So speaking
Top
of,
70. Top 70.
top 70, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so, thinking about it, you got other players that have won this event, Tiger Woods, Webb Simpson, Phil Mickelson, Adam Scott. So yeah, I mean, it's, lots of talent showing up this week. So I tell you, I don't want to say I had a rough time picking, but again, kind of using Fantasy National and looking at the stats and where I wanted to be. Lots of options, I guess, is a better way to put it. I mean, there's, typically I'm only running single entries, and I actually did some multiple entries this time just because I think there's so many mixes where, so many good players and to be able to mix them up. So I ran a few that was kind of, picked everybody in the middle, ran some studs and duds kind of thing. So, be interesting to see. So it's kind of a new venture for me to go into the multi-entry pick, just based on where we are, the talent that's happening, the way that people are hitting the ball, and then the way the course is going to play, right? I mean, as far as driving and then putting. So I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks up in Boston, man.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It wasn't hard to fill out a lineup this today at all, was it? I mean, there's a ton of guys to pick from. Whereas last week, it was a little bit more difficult because of the field that they had out there not being quite as strong as we've seen in weeks past. This week here, you had a ton of options out there. What you wanted to do.
Well, and you had a lot of good value. I mean, like if you look at the people that played last week versus this week, I mean, you've got like some $2,000 and $3,000 price changes there, and it's like, holy shit! Well, how can I not pick that guy? I mean, it's like, of course, I'll take them, because once again, I mean, I think we're going to be in a birdie festival. I mean, the scoring is going to be. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't wind up back at that 20 under number, which has not been the norm.
Yeah.
Just as good as people are playing. I haven't looked at the weather yet, so I don't know. I don't know what the storm situation is. So if we're gonna have rain and tropical storm conditions. I know they've had a lot of rain up there, just based on everything that's kind of been moving up the East Coast. So it should be. Ball striking is definitely going to come into play here, and and again. I think I said it earlier, but the greens, they're not going to putt that hard. So if you can hit it close, you're going to score. If you just hit the green, you're probably not going to lose. So I think a lot of people are going to be in the mix on this one. So, yeah.
The weather looks good to me. So it just looks like partly cloudy, 80s, high 70s or whatnot. It's going to be fine, I think. So, yeah. Looks like Thursday 78 sunny, Friday 84 partly cloudy, no rain I see, and then Saturday's gonna get a little warmer, 87, and then Sunday 85, but both partly cloudy. So I don't see any problem with weather. I think it's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, man. You want to unpack this thing?
Let's get into it. Yes. So kicking anything off, who number one player up there again. You can't keep this guy at the number one spot, Justin Thomas at 11,300. Holy cow! Wow.
Let me look through real quick. So I in my lineup. So I'll call my marquee lineup. Can it be a marquee lineup if I don't have any of the top tier pricing players in there? It is for me. It is for me.
It's yours.
So I don't have anyone above $10,000 in my lineup, and I'll get to the kind of the rhyme and reasoning behind that. So what about you?
My first guy starts. One second here. It's got a couple here. I did. I do have one. Yeah, I've got one at 10,000.
Yeah, let's have it, man.
All right, so hold on. Let's talk about these guys up front. So,
right. Well, let me get DeChambeau out of the way first.
So, go ahead.
So he won here, and I don't know if you've gone to and for the folks listening, if you haven't, talk about a comparison. I mean, it's a mental picture that you'll be thinking about the whole tournament. So he won in 2018, and it's got a picture of him, of DeChambeau holding the trophy up, and the trophy's like twice as big as his head. Let's just say that he wins this year. His head's now going to be twice as big as the same trophy.
A little Barry Bonds action going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, so he's a past winner. When he won in 2018, I think he was in a playoff with Justin Rose, which, I don't have Rosie in a lineup because we all know kind of where Rose is. Well, actually, we don't know where Rose is, and Rose doesn't know where he's at either. Mm-hmm. So, but but I mean, to me, DeChambeau's streaky, man. I mean, we already know what his game plan is, right? It's like, well, how do you think, if you're playing against Bryson this weekend, you're kind of, what do you think his game plan is? Well, he's gonna hit the hell out of the ball. He's gonna hit it as far as he fucking possibly can, right? And wherever it winds up, and then he's gonna try to scramble and score. So. I don't know. I mean, with me, again, that whole, if he's on, he probably does win it again. If he's not on, I don't feel good about his scrambling. I mean, we've seen it in the past tournaments. What have we had? We've had fence posts, we've had ant hills, we've had cameramen. I mean, it's like now that is a good one. We should start doing some prop bets on this. What's the DeChambeau drama of the week this week?
Tugboats.
Hey, tell them they can't sound the horn in my backswing. I was thinking it's going to be more like the chowder. The chowder was too hot. It burnt my tongue. Yeah. So I just want to. I want to get him out of the way. I don't know. You any thoughts on Bryson?
If they make the town part 2, I think he has a role in there somewhere.
He's gonna be. He's the driver. He's the driver. We're gonna have to shave his. We're gonna have to shave his head though.
Oh, that would be. I would watch that all day long. Oh yeah, give me the town part too.
Yeah. All right. So no, I'm sorry, JT. I skipped over number 1. I couldn't resist, man. I had to get to that dude. So JT. I mean, nobody's discounting JT's talent, and JT is going to win many more tournaments, many double-digit tournaments. I think he's going to win more majors, probably not double-digit majors, but double-digit tournaments. And he's just kind of, I don't know, he's just kind of strolling along. What it seems to me like is it's like he's, and I think he's a guy that demands perfection in every shot. Not that all these guys don't. But I kind of see JT as one of the guys, as kind of the Tiger mindset, right? I mean, he's looking for that perfect shot every single time. And he's just kind of moving through the motions out there, and he's kind of getting upset with himself in a lot of scenarios. So I'm not saying he's not going to play good. I think he makes the cut, potentially a top 10. But for the money, there's better people out there for me.
He was expensive. I thought about him. He's just not, you and I joke all the time about people that claim on social. And hey, look, I had JT. JT won this week and I had him. Like you and I joke all the time. I got JT every week. Every week that guy can win. Every week he can win. Okay. Just here. I don't know. He's expensive. He's really expensive. $11,300. My first guy is $10,200. So I got $1,000 less, and I think I'm getting a really good value for what I'm getting out of the other guy. So, but coming into this tournament, I mean, you got JT. He's fourth in total strokes. He's first in tee to green. He's second in ball striking. 33rd in his short game, which I think that's probably what's going to catch up with you here. 17th off the tee, which is good. He's second in approach and 8th around the green. And 82nd in putting. However, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, this should putt a lot easier. So, I mean, that 82nd, it probably changes here. I just don't know, again, I think he's going to be fine. It was just too expensive for me. I sorted mine by last 24 rounds, so I got a little bit different numbers, but they're all very similar to what you just said.
Okay.
And, and I mean, look for the value you're getting a guy that's tee to green first and then ball striking second. That's what you're getting, and approach second. I mean, it's like, this guy's lights out, man. But again, for that price, I went with a guy that is 6th tee to green, 4th ball striking, and 13th on approach, and he cost me $1,000 less, and that's Collin Morikawa. So if you look at Collin Morikawa, $10,200. First up, I am picking first Player of the Year, Collin Morikawa, and 17 of 18 cuts made. Last couple tournaments, first at the PGA, 20th at the WGC FedEx, 48th at Memorial, first at Workday. Last 24 rounds, 13 shots gained total, 6 tee to green, 4th ball striking, 12th off the tee, 13th approach, and 66th putting. So I just like the value, man. I think this guy's been on fire. He played really well at the PGA, had a big leaderboard up there that he was he had to go and defeat, and he did. He defeated them. So here's a guy, I mean, he won Workday, and then he won again at the PGA. This guy's just on a hot streak, on a really big hot streak to where he's striking the ball really well. He's like a JT. This guy can win any week. Yeah. And this course, I think, is going to set up very well for him, kind of like the PGA did, where you got to be long, you got to have good irons, and I think it fits his game well.
Ball striking for sure. I mean, they're already comparing him, which I'm like, come on, man, give the guy a break. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just what we do, right? I mean, it's no. I haven't seen anybody strike the ball that well since Tiger Woods. Is he going to be the next Tiger? And it's like, well, we don't know. Wait and see. I mean, but we got to have something to talk about. So, I mean, I get it. I know why we're going in that direction. But so he was coming in, 2 tournaments ago that he played in. He had a cut streak where he hadn't missed a cut. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like hyping that up, and then he kind of falls apart. Mm-hmm. So I guess my only thing is, coming off that win, is he still going to be? Is he going to be jittery? Off of that major high, is he going to be shaky coming in? I don't doubt that he's going to play good. I just don't know what's going to show up again. I mean, he's, just from an experience standpoint, is he going to be able to handle that? But hey, easily, I wouldn't be surprised if Sunday night we have a new number one.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's won twice in the last 2 months. So, the guy's playing well. Guy's playing really well. And he went out there and he took that. I mean, Koepka was in the running, mouthing off. You had DJ up there, and he went to Jason Day. You had all those guys up there, Paul Casey, and he went out there and just took that tournament, man.
Hey, hold on. If BK worried as much about his golf game as he did running his mouth, he probably wouldn't have missed that.
Yeah, but But then we wouldn't have anything to talk about either. So
that's true. It'd be like, okay, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, exactly. So all good. All right.
Let's see. All right, McIlroy. He's won here twice.
I'm playing him in some lineups. I am playing him this week in some lineups. Not my primary lineup, but I am. And I liked he plays well up there. This is Boston town, man. Irish. He's going to play well. I think he's going to do well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Rory turns it on really well here as we go into the Tour Championship. He plays well at East Lake as well. So he's got some favorable courses coming up, and that's kind of what it took. It took with Sanjay last week. We said we think Sanjay's going to play well this week. He did because we knew he was comfortable there, and it's just that psyche. And I think Rory plays well up there, and I think he's going to play well this week. Last 24 rounds, Rory is 3rd off the tee. Big shocker. 21st in ball striking, 83rd in putting. I couldn't pull the trigger there for 10,800. I played him at the PGA Championship, and he didn't do anything there.
So since the comeback, listen to this, and I'm going to start with the PGA: 33rd, 47th, 32nd, 11th, 41st, and 32nd. 11th at the Travelers is his best finish. You just listen to Nick if he's not wrestling with Phil in the background. Just listen to Nick over the weekend, and if you hear it, we should go over under. How many times are we going to hear somebody comment on how good of a swing Rory McIlroy has? You want to go 8? You want to take over? They just continue to echo and echo and echo, but he's not taking advantage of it, man. And I don't know. There's no. I think we talked about it with John a few weeks ago, and it's Tiger. I think when Tiger was in his prime, maybe even still, I don't know, but probably not still, but in the day. When he was Rory's age, Tiger still had that kill mentality, right? He didn't go out there to win. He went out there to kill the other golfers. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. And Rory just doesn't – he's a nice guy, and he just doesn't have that, like, I'm going to hammer you. And God forbid you fall a little bit behind, then I'm really going to hammer you. And it just, I don't feel it from him. I don't see it from him. I don't feel it from him.
So I got two things. Number one, you know that anti-Faldo account on Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are we sure that Phil's not running that?
Does the guy have sunglasses on in the picture?
He might.
We're going to need to do some research. We need recon on that one. We need to figure it out because it very well could be.
DJ, what we got?
Oh, DJ. Well, Boston is a big party town. I don't know. Is everything open up there yet? Let's see. I don't know, man. He played good. He was okay in his last two starts. Well, I mean, he was top three. Three of his the last three tournaments, top 20s. Mm-hmm. No way, man. I mean, just with the form that DJ's been showing up with, I mean, who knows if he'll even make it to Friday? He may take the early cut.
Are we concerned at all that, are we factoring in and all that this could be a DJ Koepka race for the FedEx Cup here? Like, they got some serious behind the scenes things going on where they are completely pissed, and they got, like, they both want this so bad. Because DJ was very vocal early on that for the Olympic medal, he's like, I'm going to pass up the Olympics because I really want the FedEx Cup. And then now Brooks really wants the FedEx Cup. So I don't know. I wouldn't count DJ out.
Oh, hold on. I just got a text, but I don't recognize this number. I recognize the number. Hey, this is DJ. Why aren't you texting? No, that's probably what Brooks is saying, right? He's like, who the hell is this? I don't know this number. It's like, oh yeah, hey, it's DJ. Why aren't you texting back, man?
Are we crossed? We weren't friends anymore,
Oh, good Lord. I don't know.
DJ's striking the ball really well, man. I don't know if I'm going to play him this week, but he played really good at the PGA. His Sunday wasn't good. He kind of played like Brendan Todd on Sunday. Just there was nothing. Tournament. I wouldn't count him out. I mean, the guy's striking the ball well. He had some back issues, but I'm not sure if they're back issues or if they're mental issues and that he just couldn't handle the breakup between him and BK. I
guess not. I mean, but he came in second and, at the PGA. So, well, he was tied for second, but I mean, still, that's who's complaining. Paul Casey wasn't complaining. I mean, he was happy as hell. So I don't know, man. DJ is just, once again, I saw a little bit of fire coming into the weekend from him. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay. Oh, it's a 4-day tournament. It's a 4. I thought this was PGL. I thought we were done in 3.
Exactly. So, I don't have any trust there. Then I went to Collin Morikawa, so that kind of completes the. Well, you got Jon Rahm in $10,000. Yeah.
No Rahm for me.
So the funny thing about Rahm is he is now again the number 1 player in the world on the official World Golf Rankings. But, he hasn't played that great since the comeback. Yes, he won the workday. And, yes, he became number 1 player in the world. But a lot of that was done, like, last year and coming up to the break and all. But it wasn't since the break. He hasn't been red hot. For me, I haven't seen the consistency out of him that I'd want to see to be able to spend the $10,000 on.
Hold on. Did he win Memorial or workday? I thought he won the Memorial.
Memorial.
Memorial. Yeah.
Good call.
Just checking.
Yep. Nope. The last 24 rounds.
Hey, because I'm like, if you're sneaking in another victory, I missed that weekend. I didn't see it.
Morikawa's work day. He was.
Yeah. No, but he's kind of like to me. If Rory had a temper, he would be Jon Rahm. just in kind of the way they're moving around the golf course. I mean, it's like I don't really feel like they're really getting after anything. I mean, they're just kind of going through the motion, and maybe it's just the whole. There's no fans there, but then they're used to fans. I mean, both of those guys are huge draws, and it's kind of like, well, okay, I'll go play, but it doesn't really feel like a golf tournament because where's everybody at?
Let me read you these stats though. Last 24 rounds, Jon Rahm. Shots gained total 6th. Tee to green 5th. Ball striking 24th. Short game 23rd. Off the tee 6th. Approach 64th. around the green 9th and putting 56. I mean, those are pretty dang good stats. So
I know, but he's not closed. I mean, he closed the Memorial. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying in general. I mean, is he really closing anything?
no, I'm not taking him because I haven't liked the consistency. But I look at the stats. I'm like, these are really good stats. You know.
So in his past tournaments, so you got so starting with PGA, you got T13, T52. Of course, we have the win, and you got T27, T37, T33 cut. So, you know, and the cut was the Charles Schwab, you know, after the comeback. So understandably so, but I'm just saying, like, it's just, again, I mean, it's like for that price, there's so many, so that's where I was going when we opened up. There's so many people, $2,000 less that have equally as good of stats, maybe in different categories, but they're $2,000 less, and I think they're going to get just as good of results.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I wound up at. So yeah.
All right.
All right. So now we're below 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a few of these because I saved some of that money. I didn't get greedy like you and go for the big guys.
You didn't take Player of the Year. I'm sorry to see that.
I did not. I did not take Player of the Year. I think he's going to have some issues, man, coming into coming off of that victory. I think he's still going to be high.
It could be. He had a week off.
Yeah. All right, but I'll tell you who I did take. I actually picked him to win last week, and he didn't, which understandably so. I mean, he had a rough time in San Francisco, which not surprising. I mean, that course is not really set up for him. But my first guy was Webb Simpson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to say about him other than that dude is, I mean, like if you've ever doubted Webb Simpson was an elite player, don't doubt him anymore because that dude is all over it, man. I mean, that guy's playing some damn good golf, and I think I'm riding him. He may be, I don't want to say this because I'm going to get held to it, but I'll go ahead and say it. He might be my pick for the FedEx Champion. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, he's been another guy that, every single week where he does well or he wins, it's like maybe he could be Player of the Year. We got so many. These leaderboards and these different contests are so stacked because of the fields. But you can't say anything bad about Webb. I mean, last 24 rounds, I got it set there. Total shots gained, 8th. Let's look at approach, key element, 32nd. And then you got short game, 15th. Putting, 19th. Strong. He is strong. For $9,500, good value. I think you're going to do well with him there. I like him there. Again, he's not a bomber, but that's okay because, again, I think his ball striking hold on, what did you say? So I got for ball striking 33. I told you I had 24 rounds, yeah.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
And he won here in 2011. So.
And he's won before. So, I mean, if he's won there, we already know he's comfortable. Total, I've got him at 8th in total strokes gained. Is that what you got him at?
Total strokes game, 8th, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. 18th in putting. So, I mean, for the value I'm getting there, I guess it's, I'm calling a $9,500 guy value. But, I mean, compared to – and again, I'm looking at the stats on Fantasy National on this one, but I'm going a little bit gut too because I could definitely find somebody with better stats. I don't know that I can find somebody with those stats that are streaking as good as Webb is right now. And I feel like Webb, when I mentioned Rory and Rahm and that they're, are they hungry? Yes, they're hungry, and yes, they want to win. I feel like Webb really wants to win. I feel like Webb's in a position that, not to say that he's not going to continue to play well, but I think he's in I'm playing so good right now. I got to close this. So I feel like he's actually trying to close the season and not just play the tournament. So that's kind of where I wound up with him.
We haven't seen Webb closed, to your point, since RBC was the last one he did, right? So, and he's one of those guys that he can do it. So I expect him to pop really soon. I do, in terms of closing it out and just having a birdie fest.
Well, so I mean, I gave it for the other guys. Let me give it for him. So he's at the Wyndham, but we got T3, T37 at the PGA, which understandably so. I did not expect him to play well there. We got T12. He did miss the Memorial. He got cut. But I get it, man. I mean, once again, I mean, it's a bomber's course. The rough was shit. And, so after the cut, you got T8, and then you got a win. And then he was cut on the Charles Schwab. So he's got 2 cuts there. The Charles Schwab, everybody coming back. So was Rahm, and Rahm won. But he's got a victory under his belt, and and he's coming off a T3 at the Wyndham, and I like it, man. I think I'm going on the streak on this one. I think that guy's going to stay hot. I think we see him at Eastlake.
Well, I will say one thing real quick, and this is a little controversial. But if he wins here, that's going to be 2 wins at TPC Boston, or 2 wins for Northern Trust.
Northern Trust.
So he's already named one of his daughters Wyndham. He's going to name a daughter Northern Trust.
Nobody could name her Boston.
He could name her Boston. Okay.
Could name her Boston. So let's see. So who does skip? Well, I skipped the X-Man. I don't have him in a lineup. There's really no reason why, other than I didn't have $200 to spare with the other people I picked. That dude's playing consistent. You know what you're going to get. I'm not afraid of him. I just didn't have an extra $200. So where's he at? So PGA Championship. I mean, this is the best the best finishing we've read off yet. You got so PGA Bank T10, T6, T13, T14, T20, T64, and T3. Actually, he should have won the Charles Schwab Challenge. Like he totally gave that shit away. He totally gave that away. So he actually should have a victory under his belt. And I mean, finishing like that, it's a matter of time. I think we also see him at Eastlake for sure. There's no reason to steer clear. I mean, if you're thinking, I like the X-Man, I want to watch him, I want to pull for him. You could replace he and Webb Simpson. You could interchange those 2 easily, very easily, and have good reason to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at last 24 rounds here on Fantasy National, 8th shots gained total, 18th tee to green, 33rd ball striking, short game 15th off the tee, 45th, approach 32nd, around the green 27th, and then putting. I think it's a really good. Came out there 32. 32
on putting. Yeah.
It's a really good line. You look at the line, you're like, "Whoa, this guy's really good," And we know that, but it just the stats are backing it up, and it's like, yeah, this guy is really good. I'm probably going to play him on some. This would
I do have him in other lineups. So I got to backtrack a minute because I just said I don't know where you can find someone like Webb stats for the same amount of money. Okay, well, we just found him.
He's a little bit more. He's $200 more.
I know. Yeah, I didn't, and I don't have I'm at 0, so I planned it. Or I picked 2-0. So for whatever.
So I got the next guy.
I know you do. I know. Right. Oh my back.
So I was going to do this. I kind of already teed it up for you. Hey, Cal, let me read you some of these last couple of stats here. See if you can guess who I got.
We use the accent.
I can't. You got to do the accent. I can't do an Australian accent.
G'day, mate.
G'day. PGA 4th, WGC 6th, Memorial 4th, Work Day 7th. I mean, good gosh. What a streak this guy's on for $9,300. Last 24 rounds, 4th in shots gained total, 7th tee to green, 34th approach, 12th all around the green, and 19th putting. I mean, this guy's been on fire, and obviously the models have caught up to him because he's expensive this week. He's that's not cheap to be able to spend on. Jason Day, I think we were seeing him under 9 recently, right? So it's crept up for sure, but deservedly slow. I mean, we looked at Xander Schauffele. I almost like Jason Day's stats better than,
for the money. Absolutely, his past 4 tournaments, all top 10s. But here's what you got with Jason Day since the comeback. So he does have a T46 in there from the Travelers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and call a T46 a cut. It's not a cut, but you ain't winning any money. You've either got a top 10 or he ain't making the cut. I mean, there's no like, oh, we got a top 25 here and a top 20 there. I mean, the dude is he's playing lights out. And I know we were talking when they came back about what do we got here, because he was looking. It's like he had like a knee issue. I know he did have something going on. I forget what the injury was, but it was like, okay, we're back to his equilibrium's thrown off again, or whatever it was. It's like, here we go. And since then, I mean, you and I both talked at the PGA. It's like, shit, he is not going to do good out here just with his injury proneness. Even maybe it's mental, but with the cold weather and all that stuff, like here we go again. Don't stay clear a day. And boy, did he prove! I proved us wrong for sure with a T4. But again, a major champion, right? So I mean, that's what you get with that caliber of player. So.
And we talked about who's going to benefit and not benefit. And we kind of scratched him out because he said, for years, I'm going to go after this. And if it causes my body to be able to not compete later in my life, fine. And he's kind of there in terms of like, it's really bad. Yep. But we kept ignoring him. We're like, okay, Workday, Memorial, PGA. I mean, it's just like it kept coming back. And it's like, this guy is on fire. I can't ignore this anymore. He's playing way too good. And we know he can play. This is not a streak that's like, oh, this is going to end because this guy has never shown this before. This guy is a champion. So I'm thinking, man, if he can keep healthy, wow, I love the streak Jason Day's on.
Yeah, I mean, I think so far that like what we picked, I think everybody so far, we're going to see him at East Lake. Yeah. All right. So let's see. I don't have any money on Cantlay. He's I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if it's injury or I think he did have some kind of little snag, didn't he? That's hearsay. Don't say you heard it here. No. But I'm not sure. But
he's cold. He's cooled off. That's for sure.
He's definitely cold.
Brooks is next. I mean, look at this. Last 24 rounds. Shots or short game 103 around.
Well, hold on. What? Hold on. What if I want to talk about him in my lineup?
Please do.
Yeah, I'd be lying. Hey, so I swear. So I was putting some lineups in today. And
Birdies and Bourbon, the soft sessions.
Exactly. So I'm putting him in there today. The sauce sessions, I like that. So I'm putting my lineups, and I put him in one, and I get it, and I've got all my 6 players in there, and I'm like, yeah, I just can't do it. Delete. I'm like, no way, man. I can't do it. So I canned him. So
now, for the record, would not. He's not in any of my lineups. He said he's tired. He was glad he had the weekend off. I would not be surprised if this guy wins this effing thing. I mean, this is the guy that can go do that. I don't know what to think of him. He's a wild card. I can't play a wild card. I don't know what I'm going to get.
His head's got to be jacked up right now, man. I mean, from missing the cut, that's well.
Did he even care? Did he even care? Was he just practice some short game stuff?
It wasn't a major, I can tell you that. So let's talk about that. So Wyndham cut T9, T2 at the St. Jude, cut T62, cut 7, T32. So, I mean, he has not had a good comeback. He has not had a good comeback at all.
He wasn't playing good before the break.
Well, right. I mean, that's the thing. And not even that. I mean, I think not only was he not playing good, is that mentality catching up with him? So before the break, what do we got here? We got a T47 at the Arnold Palmer, and we got a cut at the Honda Classic. So not playing good. Not only is he not playing good, is the mentality of I only try at majors. Is that catching up with him?
I think he really wants the FedEx Cup. I think he wants to take it from DJ. I think they're fighting over it. Hey.
Oh, Lord. I know. Let's see. Morikawa drops it, and the lid falls off. It's they're gonna be fighting over it, and they're gonna break the handles off of it. I don't know if it has handles. Break the top off it. It's a little topper.
And then Phil will help him pick it up, and then Faldo will tackle Phil.
We could. Hey, that would be such a great. Instead of the match 3 where it's a 2-on-2 golf match, let's have a tag team wrestling. I know, cool. Ike. Let's have a tag team wrestling match. I got the next guy.
Take my credit card right now. Take my credit card right now.
I got the next guy. I know people hate him. I love this guy. I love him. And he's playing good. I'm gonna give you where he's so Wyndham T9. Hey, and one of the reasons I picked him, this dude's around the green and his putting, I think he is going to go lights out. He is going to go crazy. T9, T13, T47, T10, T39, cut at the Mortgage, T24 at Travelers, cut at RBC, T7 coming back at the Schwab. Pat Reed is going to get it done this week. Is he going to win? I don't know. I haven't settled on a winner yet. I will before we end the recording. But Pat Reed is I think he's going to turn it on this week. What just kind of blinked out on me here. All right, so Pat Reed, 17 total strokes gained, 28 tee to green, 44 in ball striking. Doesn't matter because his short game is 17. Around the green, he's 18. And he's 29th in putting. I think that the putting thing, I think a lot of that's going to be the Bermuda that he's been putting on. Even though he's a good Bermuda putter, this is going to lighten things up for him. I got Pat Reed going low. Top five.
Good pick, man. I'm not playing in my primary lineup, but I do have him in a bunch of stuff. I do. I like him.
Hey, hope our boy Tay's listening. Top 5, P. Reed.
There we go. We'll cut that out for him. I did not play Berger, but I do have him in a bunch of lineups. I like.
Hold on. I'll take the next one if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Listen, Berger, another guy. I got him top 5. That dude is a freaking machine, man.
Yes, he is.
I mean, what more could you look for? In the past 24, total strokes gained, number 1. Tee to green, number 3. Ball striking, number 3. Short game, number 4. Off the tee, 22. I ain't worried about that because his approach, number 3. 15 around the green, and 8th in putting.
And second,
hey, $8,900. Okay, $8,900. That's the reason that I couldn't pick the X-Man is because this dude, it's like this is like a DJ if he hits the ball really well and consistently every time. That's what I'm getting here. I mean, this guy he's on friggin' fire, man. I mean, this kid is. This is my pick to win this week, by the way.
You know what's funny is when he won the Charles Schwab, we were a little bit down on him, and we were like, he kind of just fell into his lap. He didn't go out there and get it, but this guy has really made a name for himself since the comeback as being like, holy cow, this guy is a contender. He's as good as Schauffele. He's as good as Reed and all these guys. He's a competitor.
JT. I mean, listen to this. So PGA Championship, T13, T2. He missed the cut at the Memorial. T3 at Heritage, won the Schwab. Okay, so this guy's he either wins or he doesn't show up at all. I mean, I'm like going. I mean, this guy, his numbers are sick, man. They're wicked sick.
They're wicked sick. So I was putting him, and I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, like him and Hatton. I had those. I was playing this.
Yeah.
Playing really well. Hatton's cooled off quite a bit, but Berger's he's still hot as hell. I mean, the PGA, he was right there, man. Yeah, that's a great pick. I'm playing him a bunch of lineups, but no, that's not up here.
Yeah. So and it worked out. It was fortunate that I could, I had the money to spend. I'm glad I went. So again, this is my lineup where I kind of went, middle of the road. But yeah, I'm like going, Hey, if you're overlooking now, he's probably going to be heavily played this week, so that might be the only thing that gets me right. So but maybe not, because if people are looking at the course is going to play long and the fairways are absolutely gettable, so are people going to be looking at the DJs, the Koepkas, the DeChambeaus, and saying let's go with the big driver? I mean, obviously he hits it long enough, but I don't know, maybe.
I think Berger, he'll be well played, but he's not going to be. I don't think he's going to be crazily played. I don't think it's that high. Yeah. I did not pick Finau. Finau's been playing really well as well. Had a good PGA, and he's right there, man. Watching him and DeChambeau at the PGA was great. So
I didn't either. I got Pat Reed and Berger in this one. Hands down, I'd take either one of those over two Tony Finau's any day.
Tiger Woods, haven't seen enough. $8,700 this week. Couldn't pull the trigger on him. He last 24 rounds, which with him, it's a long time ago and all right. But short game 106 around the green. What I need to see to play him. Get anything on Tiger?
Oh, sorry. Here's what I got. He's played twice since the comeback. Got a T37 and a T40. That is not worth $8,700 to me.
Yeah.
That's and you know what, man, he ain't gonna win it for sure. He's not gonna win the tournament. I don't think there's any chance. Does he want to win? He can go through he can get on there with Balionis and say, I come to win every time and da 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 da. No, he wants to make it to the FedEx Cup and maybe get there. Does he want to score well? Absolutely. I think he's playing for the U.S. Open, and more importantly, I think he's playing to win back-to-back green jackets. Again.
I might like Tiger. He plays better as he kind of gets warmed up. He played PGA, took a week off, and he's going to play now every week because of the playoffs as long as he can. I don't like him here. Up north, it's going to be a little chilly.
Is it going to be chilly and rainy? Do we get kind of a similar experience from what we had in San Francisco? I mean, very likely, especially if it's raining and all that. There's just so many other people that are so hot right now. Even looking at his stats, it's not, it's not like he's knocking it out of the park, it's, and rightfully so. He's played two tournaments where you've got other guys that have played, all but, one or two. So, where's Tiger at? So 26 total, which, total strokes gained. 26 is not bad for two tournaments, but we're measuring him. I guess we're measuring on past 24, but you got 41 tee to green, 27 ball striking, 106 in his short game, right? So off the tee, 66 approach. That's his best stat at number 8. And here's the other one that's kind of gets you. He's 95th around the green, and he's 95th in putting.
Yeah.
And like Tiger's a putter. So once again, we're on bent grass here. So does that mean he comes back and he gets real hot on the putter? he could post low scores. But again, I don't see him. I think there's plenty of other people out there that are going to that are just going to smoke him, man. It's just not there for him, and nor does it need to be.
I will say for the record, I do think that Tiger had a cold at the PGA. He did look like he definitely wasn't feeling great. Like he got like a sniffles or a cough and all that kind of stuff.
I thought he had a chew in when he was doing that interview.
I do think he had that too, but he did have a cold. Yeah.
But now that you mention it, it could have been like a cough drop or something.
Could have
been a cough drop. Yeah. Let's see. I don't have Matsuyama. Mm-hmm. I don't have Casey. You got either of those guys?
Nah, Casey's cooled, man. I didn't like what I saw last week. No.
It's not that I didn't like what I saw. It's just, let's see. Where did he come in? Yeah, T31, T2, T67, cut, T32, 11. Oh, no, sorry. We got cut, and 67, second at the championship, and 31st at the Wyndham. Yeah, I mean, what a great guy, and always good to see him out there. But I got for $8,500 for $8,500, Dan.
Uh-huh.
I don't even have to spend $8,500.
I know there's a star behind him, right below him. I don't know why there's a star there, but
And I get to go to the land down under. G'day, mate. Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie. Of course, I picked Adam Scott. You want to know why I picked Adam Scott? Other than the way he fits into those Uniqlo pants. Let me tell you why. That man has not played a golf tournament since March the 5th. All right. He shows up at the PGA Championship. I think that everybody would agree that course was hard as hell. The rough was just brutal. And he comes in T20. He comes in off the bench T22. T22. And hey, that dude he's been in the sunshine. He's been surfing. He's probably been sipping on Mai Tais, getting massages. I mean, golf has been the last thing on his mind, and he shows up and comes in tied for 22nd, fresh off the plane.
Yeah.
How could I not pick him? I mean, come on.
At that price, no. I think it's a good price for him, and you're getting a lot of return there. He played well at the PGA. And he took a week off, split up there in his wetsuit, taking catches some waves, eating chowder all week. So there you go.
eating that chowder. What is he? 27 total strokes, 32nd tee to green, 60 in ball striking, 10th in short game, which I think is going to be a huge hit here. 77th off the tee. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. He's 48th in. I lost him. Oh, I'm sorry. He's third around the green, which, again, if he misses a green, that's going to be crucial. And he's 34th in putting, which, once again, we're on bent grass. If I've said it once, I'm going to say it more. Mm-hmm. Just get on the green, and you're going to be able to make putts. And to be honest, I mean, that's his downfall. I mean, his putting is kind of what's held him back. And, he's not going to have to rely on his putter. I mean, he's just get close. Two-putt him and move on, man. I think we're going to be in good shape with Adam Scott.
There you go. I think it's a good choice. I did not take Tommy Fleetwood at 83. So Adam Scott's coming in at 8,400. Tommy Fleetwood's at 8,300. I didn't take him. I did take Big Vic at 8,200. Yeah, so last 24 rounds, Vic – shots gained total 21st, tee to green 4th, ball striking 10th, short game 83. He's always struggled there. Off the tee 28th, approach 10th, around the green 28th, a little better. 102nd in putting, which has been brutal. But I like what I've been seeing from Vic, man. And, I think he's gotten a week off now, and he's going to be rested. But you look at his last couple tournaments. So at the PGA, 33rd, 59th at the WGC, 48th at Memorial, 3rd at Workday, 12th at Rocket. So he was hotter a couple of weeks. I think he's going to bounce back. This kid is hungry. And like I said earlier, I'm mixing my strategy up. For the PGA, I said, hey, I'm going to take a bunch of guys that were veterans out there that had these majors under their belt. And now I'm shifting that strategy. I'm taking a lot of these younger guys. I think the no fans is helping out the younger folks in terms of not having maybe the nerves, if you will. And they're able to play a little bit fresher or without being tight, that kind of thing. And I just think it's helping them. I think you see the leaderboard. Look at the leaderboard from the PGA. You had Morikawa up there, Scotty Sheffler. I mean, these guys are new. So I think Hovland is going to have a breakout couple of weeks here. He's going to show the world what he's all about, and he's going to break that Puerto Rican curse. I'm not saying I'm taking him this week to win, but I do like what I've been seeing from the Hov.
I can't argue with you there, man. It's I was kind of on the bubble with him. I couldn't pull the trigger on him just because. I said it already. I mean, just with the lineup that I had and the other players, and I had to play Adam. So I mean,
if Adam caught you not playing him, he would.
I know. It's like, oh, shit. Hope he didn't ask me who I played this with. Hope he doesn't look at my lineup at Birdies_Bourbon on Instagram.
There you go.
You're probably going to get to go for a while, man. I rode the horse there in the in that $9,000 range. So
Scotty Scheffler's next. I'm playing him probably in a lineup or two, not main one. I'm not certain I'm going to play him, but I'm probably going to. I did like what I saw at the PGA. I think this kid's bright. We've been hearing about him for a while now. I think he's got a boost of confidence behind him. But I'm not playing him in my primary. He's $8,100. Fitzpatrick, not playing him. Do like what I see there as well. I mean, if you look at him, look at some of these key stats, last 24 rounds, 7th shots gained total. I mean, that's a big stat. Short game second, putting first.
It was easy for me to pass up some of the people in the 10,000 and above. Well, it was really, I passed them all up. And it was easy. I mean, once I got down into this, where are we at now? In like the $8,000 range, it was I mean, other than if it would have been for my biases, I wouldn't have known where to go, man. I mean, like I would have relied heavily on Fantasy National. It's just I do have some biases here, and Fantasy National supported my biases. So I mean, it's like a win-win all the way around.
Well, do you have any thoughts on Scotty or Fitzpatrick?
I mean, I think you can't go wrong. Sheffler versus Fitzpatrick. I mean, I was leaning more Fitzpatrick. I know he missed a cut at the PGA, but exactly. All right. But then you got T6, 3, T27. You do have another cup, T14 and T32. I like Fitzpatrick in this situation a little more, but it is based on putting. But again, I mean, Sheffler, I mean, he's solid. He's there. I mean, there's, T4 PGA Championship, T15, T22. The challenge becomes starting with workday. You got cut.
Yeah, I know. That's why I avoided it. Seems to hit or miss to me. Yeah.
So, and it's consistent, right? I mean, you got 3 missed cuts, and then you got 3, leading up to one really good round, and the PGA was his really good round. So I don't know, I don't know what you got coming into this one. Again, this is kind of the reason that I steered clear of Morikawa, not because he's not going to play well, just because he's coming off of that, that hot performance. How's he going? What's that look like when he brings it back to the course?
About Hatton, man. He's one I've been playing a lot coming into this. He coming from the break. He came in. He played RBC first, and it was like he was lights out. And he played some other ones, and he was lights out. And then this PGA wasn't great, and I hadn't liked what I've seen for a couple tournaments now.
Well, so here's what I think that Tyrrell Hatton, other than he has fantastic taste in cars, I think that dude is I think putting, he is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He has not putted very well.
It's true.
In his past few tournaments. Mm-hmm. And which is one reason that I considered him, because I'm like, well, this could be the week that he gets it turned around. Yeah. Because he's not putting on those lightning fast Bermuda greens, which, I think that's all he's played on since the return. And I didn't see anything. There's other people. So he missed a cut at PGA. I get it, but you got T69, then you got T4, T3, and then you got then back before the break, you got a first place. So you got a win at the Arnold Palmer. But that T3, T4, and then you go to T69 and then do a missed cut. Yeah. Like, I don't, because he's playing kind of every month. He was playing every month. Except he played the PGA Championship, and it just so happened to fall right after. The reason he played St. Jude probably is to get ready for the PGA. So I don't know. There's something there, I think, from the I don't know what it is. But
the trend line's not going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So that's why I avoided him. Yeah, and I love the guy. I really do. Rose, man, wow! Last week at the Wyndham, my goodness, we saw a good PGA and then drop out the win. I just don't have the consistency and the confidence in him right now. I don't. So, what do you think?
Hey, he didn't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at. You don't know it. Nobody knows where he's at. I mean, it's
now this next guy I was considering a lot. I mean, he came off of a pretty
good commercial shoot.
No. We're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. He came off of a pretty stressful weekend. Billy Horschel. I mean, he was robbing officials out there and everything else. But hey, last 24 rounds, 9th shots gained total, 6th in short game, 4th in putting. I mean, this guy's playing really good golf right now. Really good golf for $7,900. He's I'm going to play him this week. I'm not playing in this lineup, but I am going to play him this week.
I've got him in some lineups. So you got second at Wyndham, T43, T25, T13, T7, and you got cut. So rough comeback for Billy, but he is getting things kind of back where he needs to. I feel like. And here's the thing, man. I mean, the dude is making birdies, and I think this weekend is going to be the same thing. It's going to be a birdie festival to win. I don't think we're going to see a ton of eagles out there, unless Bryson has it really tuned in, and then maybe, but only from a handful of guys. But I think it's going to be a birdie fest to score. So, I mean, that's the reason that I'm putting him at other lineups. I didn't put him in this one because there's another guy or two, if you it's quite a bit cheaper. Yeah. Not quite a bit, but cheaper, that allow me to make some different moves. So
I'm definitely going to play him. Hey, these next 3 guys, I'm actually kind of surprised at, because you got Rickie Fowler, Jordan Spieth, and Matt Wolff. Rickie Fowler's at $7,900, Spieth's at $7,800. I mean, Rickie Fowler at $7,900. I feel like, I don't remember the pricing for the PGA, but I feel he was in the $8,000 or mid to upper $8,000 range, and here he is at $7,900. I don't know. Can you go back and look at his pricing? Can you see what he was at the PGA? I'll try as well. It just seems like he's dropped quite a bit. I mean,
well, let me tell you what you got from Rickie. You got cut T15, cut T22, T12, cut. So he's had more cuts than he has finishes. But the good news is, for all the Rickie Fowler fans out there, more commercials, new commercials are on the way. So you're going to see more of Rickie in commercials than you will on course, or than you have on course. I do not have Rickie Fowler making it to East Lake.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing that on him. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to be able to turn anything on to get there.
Well, he's another one that was interesting in that you and I were talking about offline, is why wasn't Rickie playing last week? Because Rickie's not doing great in the FX points. Yeah.
Well, maybe he's taking the Koepka strategy, and he's just been sandbagging. He's like, I don't need to play. I'll take care of it at the FedEx. I mean, at the FedEx playoff. So
yeah, he's 88th. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm sure it was for a commercial shoot, but still, I'm going like, man, come on. But his numbers aren't that bad. So 37 total strokes gained. Where are we at here? He's 40 tee to green, 58 ball striking, 33 short game, 53 off the tee, 80 in approach, 10 around the green. That really could help him here. So 10th ranked player around the green, 71st putting. That's probably that's what's been killing him. I mean, it's no question. Rickie Fowler is a phenomenal putter and always has been.
Yeah.
So this actually could be this could be a tournament that rights the ship for Rickie. Even though I just said there's no way in hell the ship's going to get righted. But I mean, really, it could be, because I think he has a chance because it's not going to putt that hard. And he's scrambling good around the green. So, maybe. And he's won here before.
At this price point, I was just looking at it and I was like, wow, that's not bad for Rickie. He's usually higher than that. So, I mean, he's like $100 more than Spieth, So, which is crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
I can't find his price. I want to see the price at the PGA, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I couldn't see it either.
But yeah, for $700, I mean, it's a good value. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets some ownership there at that value.
Oh, the Rickie fans are going to load him up in the lineups.
Yeah. Spieth, man, I just didn't see anything in last week. It's just no consistency there. We don't know where that boy's head's at.
Yeah. No Spieth for me.
No Spieth for me. I don't want to waste the time reading the stats. Wolff, I did play. I played Wolff. He is at $7,800, and we all PGA. So killer finish. He's got no pressure this week. He came in fourth at the PGA, 65 on Sunday. He 49th at the WGC FedEx, 12th at the 3M, 22nd at Memorial. He's playing really well. So last 24 rounds, shots gained total 15th, 7th in ball striking, 7th off the tee, 18th on approach. The around the green scares me a little bit at 117. But then again, if you're 18th on approach, you shouldn't be around the green.
Yeah. You should be on the green,
Yeah, and then 35th on putting. So I just like what I've been seeing from this guy. And when I say he doesn't have a whole lot to worry about, I mean, this is the playoffs. So I don't think there's a whole lot of stress on him. He's 34th in the FedEx Cup points right now. So he's only got to gain 4 slots to make East Lake. So he's just going to have to he's going to have a lot of fun this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, should be. Yeah, I wouldn't steer clear of him for any reason. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't pick him. I don't know. Did you pick Abe? The tequila.
No.
Tequila.
I don't know what's going on with Abe, but did you pick Abe?
I didn't, but I'll tell you. I think so. I've got two guys. This is one I wanted to highlight. I think he is. I don't think he's the best value. I think he is the second best value in the lineup at $7,700. I think you would be you can't really go wrong if he's in your lineup. I think it's solid. You got T43, T15, T58, T11, second, T14. So I mean that guy, like he's everybody's riding Collin Morikawa on his ball striking. Just and he's playing better golf all the way around. Mm-hmm. But ball striking, I mean. Tequila. I mean, that dude is on fire. I think he's in. I would say, well, he should have won the RBC too. I mean that he definitely had a chance. But I think that he's in the Hovland category. It's just a matter of time, man. Just give him a minute. I mean, he'll get there. He'll win.
What happened to Abe last week? He was scheduled to play Wyndham and he backed out. Do you know any story there?
I haven't seen anything.
That's why I kind of shied away a little bit. I was like, Abe, I was like, I just he's cooled a little bit for me too. Cooled a little bit down. So I like Abe. I mean, don't be wrong. The stats look good, but
you know what? I mean, the reason I think he pulled out just to rest. I mean, I mean, if I'm speculating, I think it was just rest because he's been playing a lot of golf, and you never know. He may have had a tequila tasting party he had to attend. So maybe he's taking the Rickie Fowler approach. It's like
I did find Rickie $7,900 this week. The salary difference it says minus $1,800. So I think he was up close, way up there on the last one. Yeah. So.
Let's see. I don't have Kim. I think that dude, did you watch him? Did you watch him at all on Sunday? Just the frustration. He was like, oh, darn it. I mean, that dude was like, because he had won at Wyndham before and he really had some issues, man. So, again, not that he had issues that he didn't play good, but I think he made some bad decisions on yesterday. I think he made bad play decisions, and I think that's going to. Yeah, I mean, so he hit driver a couple of times that he shouldn't, lost some balls. I mean, he gave that tournament away, really. I mean, he should. That should. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Herman, but Siwoo, if he plays just a little more conservatively. And, I mean, I guess if you're feeling good and you're hitting the ball that good, man, it's like, no, hell no. Hey, Romes, give me driver. Okay, give me the driver, Romes. Yeah. But it's like, dude, it's like you're not out with your buddies pounding beers. You're actually playing and you can win the golf tournament. You came in and you can take it away. So, I think he's going to be a head case this week. I really like the way Kisner played over the weekend. I didn't go there. I'll tell you why in just a sec.
I did.
You got Kisner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
I liked Kisner. I like the way he's been playing a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid, man.
Yeah, $7,600. What a deal, man! I mean, how many? The only thing I would say is how many of those tennis ball bottom like shoes did he buy?
Hold on, have you checked your mail?
Did you get any of those yet, Cal?
Well, I mean, I haven't brought it up yet, but we could be sponsored by.
If we did, I feel sorry for your dog. You've been taking a walk in those things.
Oh, good Lord. I don't know. But Kisner, you got him. So he's at T3, Wyndham, T19, yep. T25. Missed the cut at the Memorial, but then you got 3. Mm-hmm. Missed the cut at Travelers. Mm-hmm. Missed the cut at RBC.
You don't need to go further. You don't need to go back further than that. I mean, I'm just looking at like 3rd Wyndham, 19th at PGA, 25th at WCG.
No. I think
really good trend line. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a solid play. I'll tell you why I didn't pick him on the next guy.
If you look at the trend line, Cal, it's going like this. We're like, this is a win right here. You know?
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
Aiming right towards it.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's going down for a good reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then if you look at him, last 24 rounds, 30th shots gained total, 48th approach, 103rd around the green, 49th ball striking, 7th putting. So, I mean, that 7th in putting, strong, 30th shot gains total. I just like what I'm seeing from this guy, man. He is really doing great. And I'll be honest with you, for that value, I would have thought Kisner would have been up there, closer to like Fowler and Spieth at least, maybe closer to probably right around that Fowler Spieth range. I thought he would have been like right around that $8,000 range. So,
yeah. No, nothing wrong with that, Ben. I think that's a solid pick going with Kisner. So, I did pick Harris English, and.
I'm going to go ahead and put my my DraftKings thing away because I know who you picked last and I picked him too.
Hey, by the way, the last pick is the best value. It's the best value in the entire board.
And I'll say for a second, I don't know who you picked, but I know who you picked. I mean, we have not talked about it.
I know. But I'm telling you, it is the best value on the leaderboard or on the DraftKings board. Okay. So Harris English, T23 at Wyndham, T19, T18, T13, T17. He did miss the cut at the Charles Schwab, but he missed but only because he's just coming back. And then didn't he get COVID right after that? He tested maybe. I think he withdrew one.
Yeah.
So listen, this dude he's not slick. He's not mouthy. And he's lost a bunch of weight, it looks like, too. This dude is I'm waiting for him. He is sneaky good, man. Yeah. And, again, he's a top 20 machine. He's 10th in total strokes gained, 34 tee to green, 52 ball striking, 5 in short game, 70 off the tee, 38 in approach, 17 around the green, and 10th in putting.
Yeah.
If I didn't love Patrick Reed, did I pick Patrick Reed earlier?
You did.
Yeah. Damn it. I should have waited until the end. Premature.
I think you picked him.
Yeah, no, I did. But I think he's going to do well. But I got Harris English in a T5 or top five, because the dude and it's like Harris who, and everybody knows who he is, but it's $7,600. With that $7,600. And he's 10th in total strokes gained.
I played him last week. I didn't. He was good, but I thought he was going to be better. I was really hyped on him last week.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So I don't. I think he's got something left in there that hasn't come through yet. He's ranked 10th in putting right now. Hey, we're moving to bent grass. That could be the story.
Yeah, I'm going to play him. I'm going to play him this week as well. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
that's a great value.
Could be the story. Yeah, fantastic value. All right. Go ahead. Yep.
No, well, so where was Harris at? How much fun is he? Oh, he's up there, 7,600. Yeah. I know guys that we just talked about the value, and I was just looking for him on the leaderboard here. We're on the board. Trying to keep track here. So Louis, I'm out on Louis. He's he's shown some signs of life, but I mean, I'll tell you guys, on the Louis here, last 24 rounds, there's a lot of red. I mean, you got 103rd on shots gained total, 102nd on short game, 96th on approach, 93 on around the green, and then 93 on putting. So yeah, I mean, I love Louis, but that's a rough one there. Lowry, same thing. Lowry showed some signs of life. He just got in under the the FedEx Cup points. He just got in, which is good for him. Todd.
Ooh. Yeah. Hey, it's like Brendan who, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he's played well. He looked good at the PGA Championship, but then boy, did that just go all to hell.
Yeah.
And and then he looked good at Memphis. So I mean, we've got some top 25s. I don't know. I think that I'm riding the streaky guys. And Todd isn't streaky enough for me right now.
Are you concerned about Mount Kuchar's game?
What game? It's called karma. Tip your friggin' you won the tournament. Tip your caddy. Pay the caddy.
These numbers are not good since last 24.
Pay the cat. He's probably got like the curse of El Mexico.
Red.
I mean, yeah, that dude went straight to the Santeria and put something on him, man.
Yeah. Hey, Doc Redman, I didn't play him this week. $7,400. Hey, he's 12th last 24 rounds on approach and 9th in ball striking. That guy's he's doing really well. HV3 played well last week. How do you think he's gonna play this week?
I actually like him there. I mean, putting is his biggest hang-up. Yeah. So I mean, I think he could get hot. I mean, I don't think he's going to win. I don't. I've seen too many. I've seen too many stumbles with HV3 in the lead coming into the weekend. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him in the top 10 showing up Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, I guess. And he winds up with another top 25.
Yeah. Out of all those guys, at $7,400, I probably like Redmond the best, just in terms of the ball striking. But who else you got? Because I don't want we can't spend every minute of this podcast talking about everybody, which we have.
The best value of the tournament.
Let's get in target here.
Best value of the tournament, Mr. Norlander.
Yes. Yeah.
That guy. I'd like to go back. I'd like to record and replay. I think I said it at. I don't know if it was Heritage or, but he was like, but once again, but I did. I bought him at $6,600 this week. If you're playing him, you got him at that too. And hey, listen, that guy, that is the best value of the tournament. I mean, I would like for somebody to tell me that it's not.
No. Last 24 rounds, 5th on approach. I mean, 5th on approach last 24 rounds. 22nd total shots gained. 16th ball striking. $6,600. Look at the last couple tournaments. 59th at Wyndham, not great. 23rd at 3M. 6th at Memorial. 31st at Workday. 12th at Rocket. 41st at Travelers. The guy is a great value. Great value.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to go back to June the 11th. Let's see. May. So June the 11th, missed the cut. Since June the 11th, I hope I don't jinx him. But he is a cut making machine.
Yeah.
The dude he is solid all the way around. Is he going to win the tournament? I don't think so. No, I'm going to go ahead and say outright, no, he is not going to win the tournament. But you know what he's going to do? He's going to make the cut. And I think I like him in a top 10 in this one, even with all these big names. One of his worst stats is putting at 40th and around the green at 85. But his approach, he's ranked 5th in approach. You don't need to be good around the green if you're hitting the green. And he's gonna make putts here. I don't think it's gonna be an issue, man. It's at 60. Well, so let me tell you. So I started my lineup like I've done many lineups before, I started it with Norlander.
Yeah, well,
I swear, I started with Norlander, man, and then I worked my way up
for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made money every week, so I wouldn't say that I made a lot of money every week, but I've made money every week. And hey, he hasn't missed a cut for me. So, Henny, if you're listening, don't let me down, bud.
That's right. Hey, out of the last 24 rounds, this is an interesting guy. I would call it as one of the ones you might want to take a look at. $7,300. Last 24 rounds. First, ball striking. Second, tee to green. First, approach. And then it goes into, here's the 41st around the green and 111th.
Are you talking about Phil Mickelson?
Russell Henley.
Yeah.
Russell Henley. Yeah. No, not first ball strike. It's not going to be Phil Mickelson. No. He's 93rd. So, but Russell Henley, man, those are pretty good stats.
Yeah. I've got him in some other lineups. So, and too, he's rocking that mohawk now. So I'm like, shit. I mean, anybody's rocking a mohawk, I'll play him.
Yeah.
And he's scored, his finishing has been pretty good. He's missed 2 cuts, but I mean, outside of that, I mean, probably looks like he's averaging like maybe 25 or so. So maybe 30, as far as his finish at the end of the tournament. But yeah, I mean, solid. I would look. I've got him, like I said. So yeah, I got Varner in some. Trying to think of who else I've got. I didn't play Joel Damon in anything this week.
He had a good PGA, but those stats don't look good, guys. They don't look good. I mean, I know it's probably not reflective of what he's capable of, but I mean, I'm just looking here, last 24 rounds. I was just looking at it. Hold on. How much is he?
Like 70. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, last 24 rounds, he's 93rd shots gained total. 96 tee to green, short game 109th, around the green 122nd, approach 85th. It's just, these are not good stats, and I like Joel, and he's been showing us some stuff. I mean, he did great. Yeah,
$7,100. He's just. He's the last 2 of the PGA and St. Jude. He was a birdie machine. Yeah. Before that, ish, So I mean, and I think that's what's gonna happen here. I mean, you just got to get hot and birdie the shit out of it.
Anybody else you see as value in that $6,000 range in case anybody's trying to fill out their lineup? You're like, no, it's just Norlander. It's just Norlander.
I mean, we can talk about him, but play Norlander. Who I wanted to play, but I just couldn't go with him. And I think he's actually I foresee him making the cut and finishing. Well, obviously, if he makes the cut, he's going to finish. But Zach Johnson, I really wanted to play him after the show that he put on in Greensboro, but he is 44. I know how it feels to be, getting up in your years, and it might be like, well, all right, I've made it. Now all I need to do is just keep making it. So,
I'll be right back.
Yeah,
keep going. I'm gonna turn the light on.
My thing is, I don't know. What's Zach going to do this week? I don't think we're going to see Zach at Eastlake. He made the playoffs. He missed them last year. I think that's a feather in his hat, and I think he's in a good spot. So we'll see. Outside of that, Kokrak considered maybe. Kevin Na, I don't think he's going to have it there.
Na's been very inconsistent.
I know.
Recently. Yeah.
Charles Howell III. I mean, that's the potential.
So Pat's foot's all better, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So you got any? Let's go into any. You got any top 10s or outrights or anything like that you want to cover?
So I got Pat Reed for the outright. I do also like. I like Berger. Berger.
Hold on. You just can't do that. You got to go and hold on.
Well, sure I can.
No,
I've already reviewed those guys.
No, you got to talk about the ads.
Hold on. Did you light a candle?
Yeah, it's dark in here, guys. I'm sorry for the guys watching on video. It's dark in here.
That's romantic.
We're near. Well, you're talking about Pat Reed. I might as well, right? You got Pat Reed, and the outright is 28-1.
Yeah. So.
Berger 33-1.
There you go. And so Pat, back-to-back wins at the Northern Trust, not at TPC Boston.
Right. DeChambeau and Justin Thomas 12-1. Wow, go ahead, guys. If you want it, go ahead for it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Waste of money for me. I'll waste my money on booze, something I can actually enjoy.
Weber 25. It's still tough. I mean, Pat at 28. Let's see if anybody in here that catches my eye on an outright. Ancer 60-1.
Ancer ain't gonna pull it off this week.
I may pull the trigger on like a Hovland at 66.
I'll tell you what. Send me the money, and I'll send you $1 back. That way, you win something.
Or Matt Wolff at 70.
I mean, Wolff has been kind of sneaky, man. He's been playing like decent on in the week, and then turning it on the weekend. So I don't know. That may not be a bad pull.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think my outright, obviously not odds aside, I would say I'm gonna take Collin. I think this guy, holy cow, he could do it. This guy's been on fire. Morikawa.
Oh, Morikawa. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's so dark in here.
Back-to-back wins, eh? Yeah.
So right. I'm disappearing into the night with my camera. So.
Hey, for those of you listening and not watching, he actually looks better. Because you can't see a lot of him. So
it was light when we started, and it's coming into the fall, and here in Raleigh, and it's getting dark faster, I guess, and maybe some storms coming through.
I guess they don't know how to use a light switch. It's odd. Odd.
Be behind me and be. Yeah,
odd. I know.
Anyway,
yeah.
I'll fix it later. All right, man. So all fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Would you get anything else on the tournament? I don't have anything else. I mean, other than I feel good about my lineup, man. I didn't pick any of the studs. Well, I picked a lot of studs. I just didn't pick any of the overpriced guys for the less expensive players that I think that are going to play equally as good or better than the 5-figure gentleman out there. Yeah, what about you? Anything else?
No. I'm looking forward to it. I did see the interview schedule for the tournament. Yeah, DeChambeau, Rahm, Scott, JT, Morikawa, Reed, Rory, and then Rickie Werenski. I do not see BK on there.
Oh, you think we could get BK and DB to do their interview together?
Maybe.
They want a social distancing. They want to get too close. So
that's pretty interesting, though, right? So there's no Dustin Johnson or Brooks Koepka on the interview schedule. But I guess a lot of these guys are.
No. Let me tell you why. Because they're going to get asked challenging questions in front of the camera live, and they don't want to answer them. They do not want to answer them because you know what? Because they don't have good answers. They're going to give dipshit answers, and they're going to dig a deeper friggin' hole for themselves because they are douchebags. Oh, that's why. That's why.
That's good point to end on.
Oh, no. So on a positive note. So here's what I am looking forward to. We got Wes Durham on the show tomorrow night, man.
Oh, so that'll be Tuesday. Run on Wednesday.
Yeah. We got Wes Durham coming on. So for many years, the voice of Georgia Tech sports. Now the voice of my Atlanta Falcons. Avid golfer. As I hear, I don't know. We're definitely going to ask the question, but I hear he is also a bourbon aficionado.
Oh.
So I don't know. It could be rumored, but hey, you'll hear it here, and you'll hear it here first.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Yes, we are.
All right.
Good luck with your picks, Dan.
You too, bud.
Cheers.
Right. Chatter up. Cheers.